The dreams of Christmas. The first dream, frankincense, a prayer of St.G. A proper dream asks of us questions. A song was sung while tapping tears from the frankincense tree. Perhaps it was the song of Moses, held in common of Shemite peoples. For 6,000 years, the frankincense trade route passed from Dhofar in southern Arabia, past the Dead Sea to Petra of Judea. The tears of the tree held more value than gold. A lesser-known route wound from Ur of the Chaldees, this the land of the Magi of antiquity. Upon these the infinite and uncreated Holy One placed his blessing, placed his plan, placed to their care the adoration of the Son. So that the question is why and how far have we come away from this time of blessing? From creation unto the adoration of the Magi, all light was indirect. Thereupon the light of the world, a child, came to be, and light directly. The moon climbs high, but is only the face of what is missing, the higher world beyond our world. From this dwelling place to the Father, of the Father came the Son to merge two worlds, the material and the spiritual, the lower and the higher world. There was the actual visible world with its peaceful activities and cosmopolitan aims, and there was a hypothetical world, a world beneath the threshold, a world at one moment utterly fantastic, at the next seeming about to leap into reality, a world of monstrous shadows, moving in convulsive combinations through vistas of fathomless catastrophe. For the spirit world is split for a time, until the victory of the child. It is this cataract down which we have been hurled. Peace is announced by angels of the world to come. The message was put in the stars, leaping from the virgin birth across the Aquarius of the world, across the scales of justice, and to the place of victory unto Leo, the Lion of Judah. The Magi were to search carefully for the child. That is, their mission further endangered the child. It is he whose origins are from of old, who is to shepherd my people Israel. Their mission was not only for this time. They were to ponder the finality of his sacrifice, his heart the center and source of the whole inner life of the world, its thinking, feeling, and willing. His world the center of all supernatural life, a state of things lying altogether above the sphere of earthly and natural life, so different from the natural consciousness that it could not be evolved from the latter by any gradual process. In the dream, the kings visited a king, he to announce to future kings the glorious freedom of the children of God. The one great invasion in history has already been made, one in essence with the final kingdom. Our current life in the Spirit is the first fruits. The abnormal character of the present world creates a longing for the next. The promise of life belongs to us. Perhaps the work of the Spirit, now ongoing, is too holy for us to be observed. Who saw in this child the omnipotent ruler of the universe? The dream comes, of course, as a fragrance. Was it a bouquet of life or a scent of death? Surprisingly, the child brought both death and life, a life after death, first for himself and then for us. The lives we live are not a dream, yet there is a strangeness to them, a sense of appurtenance to another world which surmounts time. It is because they sense what was and not now is. For human life began in an innocent childlike discourse with you, a harmonious relationship to nature, and we were conditionally exempt from death. The now of us is a privation of all that belongs to life. That is, until the coming of the child who, as a man, won victory over death, restoring all this and more as shall come to us when we again see him. The dream of Christmas is a current one, not a search for the past, but a dream become reality of the lives we shall live eternally. And in the dream the child weeps, and so the man-child, from across the Kidron Valley to Jerusalem. It is difficult to explain the weeping of the child, for as we gaze upon him, he gazes upon us. What is written of him, the biblical account, refuses to allow language to be diminished with God as the subject. The emotions accounted to him express the deep reality of the divine experience. We will not enter a new and sterile world of phenomena, but life as deeply, deeply lived in heaven. It is as though the western wailing wall of the temple is not for our expression, but for yours. In the clear light of eternity where God alone dwells, salvation comes to be, purely, the sole creation of the Triune One, from whom, through whom, and to whom are all things. Prior to the incarnation, all dreams were of promise. Now all has become actuality, become real. In the plan of God from the outset of decree, provision was made for a higher life and higher body than those of our present experience. Previously to the miraculous transformation of being, man and God belonged to two different worlds. Man must be translated into the world of God to possess the wisdom of God, and by it to truly worship you. Let us not awake from this dream. Amen.